This is a short video to show how I have used the Motion Pro bead breaker. Recently, I uncovered what I think is a really excellent tip that'll make using this tool a whole lot easier. Now, it supersedes the video that I've already posted of using this tool to do. I think we did 2 or 3 tires in the past that we've been using this tool, maybe a few more, I don't know. But every time I use it, I find little ways of making the job just a little bit easier, a little friendlier. And in the last one, and that was about a week ago that I had the experience, I found a way to make it super easy. And I thought, after several people commented on the video, I thought I'd share it again as a separate dedicated video. And I wound up doing it a second time, and it worked even better the second time than the first time. So I wanted to revisit this and show this tip. If you've ever had trouble breaking the bead, no matter how you break it, this is a great little tip. This is worth making a separate video for. So the thing that has worked really well for me, and it's worked on the last couple of tires that I've mounted, first off, the Motion Pro tool is an excellent tool. It works exactly as advertised. But every video I've seen so far, even the factory ones or ones that are done by total professionals that use this tool probably every day, they usually have to break the bead from several spots like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And as I look back on my older videos, I noticed, whoa, that's exactly what I had to do. Because before I made them, I looked at the videos, and I think Motion Pro is the one that sponsors them, and they show how they use it, but they always have to go around the tire, around the tire, around the tire. And I found that to be, well, it's time consuming. It's not a real saving. Now, when I stumbled upon this, and believe me, I stumbled upon this, and what I did the first time, I said, there's a tip worth its weight in gold. There's something worth sharing right there. There's something that I want to share with my friends that I share these videos with on YouTube and with the motorcycling world at large. Now, this tip may work on cars too, I don't know, but it works really good on motorcycle tires. So this tip would tentatively save 10-15 minutes every time you change a tire out. And for me, that's an important thing because I change a lot of tires in the course of a year. So anything I can do to make it easier, to make it quicker, to make it less cumbersome, or just that it eats up less of my shop time, it's an advantage. And again, I stumbled upon this without realizing how good it was. So this is the actual tool you get from ProMotion. It's about a $50 tool. And if you do exactly what they say on the directions or on the YouTube videos that I've already seen, and maybe somebody else has already figured this out and posted a video too, I don't know. But it's an excellent tool, and I think it's way better than the other one I have, the big bead breaker, which tends to scratch the rims. So the problem is, and let's define the problem. The problem always is that when you start breaking the bead doesn't want to just keep going down and go around the whole perimeter of the tire. You have to start, say, at 1 o'clock and then go to 3 o'clock and then to 5 o'clock, then to 6. And sometimes by the time you get to 6 or 8 or 10, the other side of the bead has already walked its way halfway back up into position, and you have to go back again. Sometimes you have to go around the tire. On the antique bike tires, they are really difficult, and they really don't want to go down like the modern tires do. Now, modern sport bike tires, and I just did one on an R1, and this is the trick right here, is I take Windex. First off, get the tire as warm as possible. If it's a bright sunny day, put it out in the sun. Heat it with a hairdryer. Put it by a heating vent. Whatever. Just get it as hot as you possibly can. Take some Windex, ordinary Windex. Let it soak around the bead and be generous with it. Put plenty on it. It's not going to hurt anything. If nothing else, it's going to clean off any grease or residual dust or grease that's in there. Now, in my case, I used to do this all the time, and with the old bead breaker, I never realized how good this worked. So this is the trick that I'm trying to share, is take plenty of Windex and let it sit there for a minute. It's capillary material. Take the Motion Pro bead breaker here, just like I'm doing, get it in as far as you can before you take the second part of the tool and pop the bead. Now normally this would go down And I'm taking this footage from an older video just because I wanted to get this tip out there as soon as possible. This would normally be all you could do. Now you'd have to do that at 2 o'clock and at 4 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. But if you just hold it there now with the Windex, and I've done this more than once and it's worked perfectly, so I'm hoping it works for you just as well. That Windex is capillary. That means it's going right in there. Now watch, this is without any camera cuts or any tomfoolery. I'm just pressing this down, and as I've broken it, the Windex is doing the work. The Windex is letting that just pop right down. And I was surprised. I didn't know how well this would work until I actually did it, and I was shocked. Now, it goes without saying, when you do the other side, everything is exactly the same. Now, just to mention that on my channel, which has over 2,000 videos, I have done tire changing with every possible way I could try. I have tried to share the zip tie method, the gorilla tape method, the method of using spoons, every possible trick I could find. But this trick right here seems to be one of the best. Now, and I just can't believe how well it works. Now, I'm hoping I didn't just have a lucky day here or something. But that Windex, now there may be even better fluid, that something that has more capillary action. I don't know. I know if the tire is warm, it's definitely better. So between the heat and the Windex, I'm breaking a bead here with my bare hands, and it worked perfectly. I just can't explain how well that worked. I was amazed. While we're doing Motion Pro stuff, the Motion Pro rim protectors work great. I've had really good luck using them. And again, my motive here, the reason for not using a tire machine is not what you think. I have all custom painted rims that I've painted and hand buffed most of them, and I don't want to scratch them, and I don't want to be doing touch-up paint. I want to have them as pristine as possible. Now, once that bead is broken from this point on and you have the Motion Pro, you can use the spoons to pop the tire. There's nothing different about that. That's on many of the videos. Now, to look up any of these other tire changing videos, you put my name, and I'll put that up on the screen at the end of the video, and then put tire changing. And those videos will come right up to the top of the 2,000. And we have changed the many ways. I have friends that have tire changing machines, and this is another good tool, the dog bone tool, which is shown on other videos. I didn't want to turn this into an overly long video, but I did want to share that tip. And when you finally get the tire pulled off and you haven't scratched the rim and you've broken the bead without any extra effort, and sometimes I have really struggled with that bead, especially like I said, on older bikes when a tire hasn't been changed in many years. That bead just, it seems like it's on there with crazy glue or something. But we were able to get these off, and if you look back over the channel, there's a lot of good information. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you to the healthcare workers. And this is always the best part of every one of these videos, is when you get that tire off the rim and you check the rim and there's no scratches at all. Now, before I end the video, just as a point of comparison, this is one of the tires I changed recently on the MT-09 and using the tool. And actually, when I got this tool the first time, I just took my time and I tried to use it, and kneeling down on the floor and up on a table, and tried to figure out what would make it easy for me. And it's a great tool, but the thing I didn't like about it is it took quite a bit of time. And I didn't really have a choice here. I didn't know about the Windex back then, but the Windex, I think, makes this a lot easier. And I wanted to show this in real time. This is right from a recent video that's on the channel of changing tires. And believe me, some of the tires are stubborn. Dunlops are really stubborn. Some of the Dunlops I've done. But anyway, it's all beside the point. The point that I wanted to make by sharing this video, the Windex works to your advantage. It may make it a little bit easier. It may make it a lot easier. It may make it, what just happened to me is I was doing it in a matter of minutes, what used to take 10-15 minutes. Now, I don't want to end the video without saying there's a million ways to break beads and change tires, and I've seen people drive over to Bead with their car. I've seen people do other things, but the biggest single thing to remember is to work on tires when they're hot. When tires are hot, they're a lot easier to work on. If you're doing it in the winter, put them up by the heating vent, put them by a hair dryer or whatever. Have a chicken sit on them like it's an egg. There is no substitute for having the tire warm. Or just move to Florida. That'll work too. Anyway, the Motion Pro Bead Breaker is a good tool. I hope this little video will add something to the enjoyment that people get from working on their own motorcycles, sharing a passion for motorcycling. And anytime I find a tip that I think is worth sharing, I rush to get it out on my channel. So many people enjoy this, enjoy the fact that this will save them time and energy. So again, if you're new to this channel, I really want to thank the healthcare workers before I end the video. We do try to share the passion we have for motorcycling and try to share it in a way that makes sense, that's easy to follow. I try not to leave out steps. I try not to make things that would be inordinately expensive and an average person wouldn't be able to have that equipment or do it. Almost everything I do is with Harbor Freight type of tools or Motion Pro tools, which I think are a good investment. When you think of what dealers get to change a tire, you buy these tools once and you change. I have 9 motorcycles and I change a lot of tires every year. So making it as convenient as possible is very important for me. But what is even more important is sharing the passion and sharing just what we do every day, and most of my friends do every day. You wake up in the morning, you're hoping it's a good riding day. If it's not, you're hoping you have a project to work on your motorcycles, something to upgrade, an evil twin project, some new tires to put on or something. And it's just such a good feeling to know you can share the information, especially the information I put on this video. I think that's critical information. There may be other people out on YouTube that have put similar things out. I haven't seen it, but it doesn't mean it isn't out there. But I know I found it, and I know I'm trying to share it in the best way possible I know through my channel. So thanks so much for watching. We post every day, and we'll see you tomorrow.